G'day guys, so today we're going to be talking about the seated barbell military press. What we need to know firstly about the setup of this bar, or setup of our military press, is that we want our arms to be catching the bar at the bottom point. We don't want to be disracting from the top, and obviously if we fail at the bottom, we're not going to be able to get the bar off. So we want to make sure that we start at the bottom and press our way up. Number two is that we want a slight decline. So instead of being at 90 degrees, we want it slightly back or slight incline. And the reason we want this is because we have tendons that run across our shoulder joint. Now, if we're bolt upright, we can create what we call a shearing effect, and over a period of time, we can create shoulder issues because the tendon gets caught in the shoulder joints. So we want to make sure that we're slightly back and that our arms are at probably just below chest height. These are probably a bit too high, but they'll serve for our purpose today. Our military press, because of the bench, is exactly the way we would do our bench press setup. If we were doing a standing military press, that would be completely different because we load up a joint in our lower back, which can cause issues. So the military press that's seated will set up just like a bench press. The standing military press, completely different setup. So how do we set this up? Well, first things first, we want to create thoracic extension. We want our feet underneath our backside and our heels driving down. We want to pull our shoulder blades back and down, create shoulder stability. And we're going to pull them down through our lats. So think about taking your scapula and putting it into your back pockets. We're going to roll the bar up. We're going to go about a thumb width out from the knee. And on the way up, we're going to think about pulling the bar apart, coming down nice and slow, pull the bar apart, come down nice and slow. Most bars you will see have a knurl in the middle. That's what we call a squat bar. And inside that knurl, most of them have a line. I want you to think that the bar is connected and you're going to pull the bar apart. If they don't, you're using deadlift bar, and that's fine. You just think that they're a connected bar in the middle and you're going to pull the bar apart. I want you to use what we call a bull grip. A bull grip is where we go from, instead of being straight up and down and then the bar sits, you sit with a kinked wrist. I want you to turn your hand and have the bar run in line with your index finger and your thumb, all the way through to roughly where your radius goes to your thumb, where your ulna sits in here. And the reason why we want to do that is that when we drive up, we have the weight transfer through our radius and ulna, rather than if we're kinked back, then we bring our wrists into the game because we're subjected to how much load this wrist can hold. So we want to turn our hand slightly, grab a hold of the bar, and then we're going to be driving up as if we're punching the sky. So, setting up, shoulder blades back and down, thumbs, slight turn, we get into our bull grip, hold nice and tight, and then we're pulling the bar apart, pressing up nice and tall, down, pressing up nice and tall, control, press, drive those heels down, and away we go. Now, what you tend to see with people when they do this exercise is that they only go to about here and come back up, so about nose height or chin height. My advice to you is simply go your full range of motion. If you can come all the way down to your chest when you do this and press all the way up, do that. If it causes you pain to go with your elbows below your armpits, then take your elbows just below your armpits or in line with your armpits. But always go as much as your range of motion will allow. You'll get better gains at the weakest point, simple as that. And team, that there is how you go about doing a seated military press.